I mean, a lot of kids these days, they struggle, I think, with self-image and where they're trying to get their worth from. Um, and you've had a long, fulfilling life on this earth. Like, how do you derive your self-worth to this day at 85, almost 86 years old?
I have been very fortunate. I've been in the right place at the right time, enough times in my life that I'm comfortable now, and I just try and help people whenever I can. I guess I try to be helpful. I try and get my grandkids started with some sort of a saving program where they build a little bit of money up for retirement or whatever future needs they might have, and I think that's the main enjoyment I get out of things these days. When I can be helpful to a grandchild, I certainly try.
Thank you. um, what are some of your proudest moments that you've shared?
I don't know. I had some sales successes with the bank where I got awards and that kind of stuff. That was kind of at least something that you get recognized for. Uh, I never really worked too hard for that, and I think whenever I've had a good moment, I thank God for the fact that He put me in the right place at the right time to do these things. Uh, to marry Suzanne. She was wonderful in raising kids. Raised really three good, well-adjusted children. And their achievements would be my achievements. And there's no particularly one thing I think that stands out. A lot of little things, I guess, that we're very happy about. But I've had a very good life and been able to do a lot of things, more things I wish to do. I still am very proud of the fact that I've been able to keep my share of the farm in Iowa. Farmland I consider is like black gold. You get gold and it's got a preserved value and it's not going to go anywhere. Farmland is kind of like that, except it pays you income.
Like a little dividend.
Yeah. They can't print farmland and they can't print gold
Yeah.
at the printing press. And it is a huge tragedy what these governments have done. As far as I'm concerned, the best president I lived under was Eisenhower.
Wow.
He was a very level, easygoing kind of a guy. He didn't waste a lot of money. He saw all the excesses and all the problems that happened in World War II. And he cut back on those when he could. And his big crowning thing, as far as I'm concerned, was the interstate highway system.
Yeah.
We had no good interstate highway system back then. And so that was one thing he pushed for and got through during his presidency. And he was criticized by the Kennedys and the people that came after him. Well, he was so conservative and he didn't boost the money supply and people were unemployed. He could have employed more people and all that stuff causes inflation. And inflation is terrible for the conservative person that makes a few dollars and takes and puts it in the bank because it just eats it up.
Incentivizes spending.
And you purchase life insurance to protect you against disasters that might happen in the short term. As a long-term investment, it's terrible. When I got out of college, my dad was kind of a believer in insurance. I got my first job and said, maybe you ought to buy an insurance policy. So, neighbor was a salesman for Farm Bureau Insurance, and so, yeah, I think my first job I was making $4,000 a year. Wow. And so I bought a $10,000 policy. That's a lot of money. That's 2.5 times what I'm making. And finally this year I had to stop making payments on it. You had to make payments on it until you were 85.
Oh my goodness.
The way the policy was set up. And so even though probably in the last 25 years or so, there have been enough dividends produced by the policy to meet the payments, so I didn't really take money out of my pocket making payments the last 25 or 30 years. But $10,000 won't buy anything today. Well, it was double my income back in.
Wow, so
Yeah,
you've been paying for 10 grand this whole time.
Yeah.
So you recommend don't get into insurance?
Well, insurance is necessary. When you're growing up and have a family, you want to protect them so they can keep their house and things like that. Something happens to you, it's necessary. But as far as a long-term investment, it is not.
Gotcha.
Buy a mutual fund, buy a stock, buy anything that will appreciate in value.
Oh, we were talking yesterday that you were kind of saying you're just trying to have fun, a little bit. What keeps you wanting to keep living to your fullest, keep having fun, even to this day after so long?
Well, the things I do here, I exercise, and with COVID, I don't go to the gym as much as I did, and if I do go, I try and go really early in the morning before other people are there, so that they require you to wear a mask in the gym,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not much fun with the mask on, and so I try and exercise with the mask on early in the morning before the crowd is there, so maybe people don't see me whether I'm wearing a mask or not.
Mm-hmm.
I try and climb a mountain here in Arizona, which is a mountain down at the end of the street here. And it's about 275 vertical feet. It's not really that high, but it's enough to, you feel it by the time you get to the top.
Yeah.
And then I like to go for long walks.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to spend an hour a day exercising something or other, one of those pursuits. And then I like to play bridge. And it's a card game, and you've got to remember cards, and hopefully they'll keep me mentally active enough to
keep going.
And I like being in Arizona. It's a nice, bright, sunshiny state, and I'm very fortunate to be in a place where we're at. So even in the summertime, it's a good place to be. It's a large building. We've got our gym in there. We've got our swimming pool in there. We've got places to play cards and have meetings, and we've got. Right now it's only 2. They will open up another. There'll be 3 restaurants in there as well as a bar. And so you don't really need to go outside that building if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
In the summertime when it's really hot. And it's always pleasurable to go out, but I like to go out very early. I like to ride my bike very early in the morning when there's not much traffic on the streets. Because I was hit by a car one time riding my bike.
I do remember that. That was crazy. You lost skin on your whole leg.
Yeah, well, I'm very fortunate.
Grandma lost half her hair that month.
When I came up, stuck my head up underneath this Cadillac with 2 big wide wheels that had not run over me.
Wow.
Another time when the Lord was protecting me, and I had a bad experience, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been.
100%. What do you want your legacy to be known as? What do you want to be remembered as? What do you want to leave? What message do you want to leave to your kids and your grandchildren and all of your descendants that go for however many hundreds more years possibly?
Work hard at whatever your pursuit is, and take care of yourself. Don't expect the government or other people to take care of you. I see cases of that down here all the time. The homeless are down here. They've gotten addicted to drugs in most cases, or else they're just normally schizophrenic and can't take care of themselves. But it's a very sad situation, and I certainly wouldn't want one of my grandkids to ever be in that situation. And they've got to learn to produce income and to take care of themselves and hopefully raise families. And got one great grandchild now, which I'm very proud of, Luke.
Luke, shout out Luke.
And hopefully there'll be a few more in future years. I've got a step granddaughter getting married this summer, Allison Becker, and I've got son Patrick he's going to get out of the Navy. He's been in for like 11 years, and got to respect his decision. It seems like it'd be awfully nice to stay in the Navy for 20 years and be able to draw a pension when you get out, and then do what you want to do. But it's another 9 or 10 years out of your life, and if somebody's shooting at you,
Yeah.
it is certainly no fun place to be. And also, in order to keep your marriage intact, it isn't really good to be gone for 8 or 9 months at a time at sea when
For sure.
you be leaving your wife alone. So I hope all my grandkids can find something to do that'll be productive and make a living for themselves, and not count on inheritances and things to make a living for them. If you inherit a little bit of something, then that might make things easier for you. It would have made Suzanne happier if we could have had a bigger house growing up, but I'm not sure that was necessary.
Mm.
There are wants and needs. My needs and my family's needs are pretty well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
There are wants, maybe not.